What if I told you that a tiny 5-cent coin, a coin so common people toss it into drawers, cup holders, even couch cushions, could secretly be worth a life-changing fortune right now? Not someday. Not in a movie. Right now. Tonight, you're about to see something that has shocked collectors, stunned auction houses, and quietly made ordinary people wake up rich overnight. These aren't coins locked in museums. These aren't fantasy pieces owned by billionaires. These are real U.S. coins, still slipping through hands every single day. In this video, we're uncovering 5 Monticello Jefferson nickels that look harmless, innocent, almost boring at first glance. But don't let that fool you. One of these coins has already rewritten history in today's auction market. Another is climbing so fast that experts can barely keep up. And the first one we're revealing tonight, it's the kind of hidden wealth people accidentally lose without ever knowing what they had. Stay with me. Do not skip. Because once you see what's hiding in plain sight, you'll never look at your change the same way again. This is Hidden U.S. Coins, and we update you freshly every single day. First coin number 1. At first glance, the 1948 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark looks like a calm, ordinary survivor of post-war America. But that calm surface is exactly what makes this coin so dangerous to ignore. This nickel was born in a powerful moment in U.S. history when America was rebuilding, industry was roaring back to life, and the Philadelphia Mint was striking coins at a pace meant for circulation, not for legacy. And yet, hidden among those millions was a tiny number of nickels that escaped wear, damage, and melting coins that quietly transformed into modern-day treasures. The absence of a mint mark is not a flaw. It is a signature. It tells us this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the heart of U.S. coinage, during a year when quality control and metal consistency created pieces that would age differently than others. Over decades, most of these coins were spent, scratched, corroded, or erased by time. But a very fine condition example like this? That is survival against all odds. That is history refusing to disappear. The composition of this coin is the classic and powerful alloy that built American commerce. 75% copper and 25% nickel, please. This blend gives the coin its solid feel, its distinctive ring, and its resistance to decay. It weighs exactly 5 grams, balanced and precise, with a diameter of 21.21 millimeters and a thickness of approximately 1.95 millimeters. The edge is smooth, unreeded, and honest, no distractions, no gimmicks, just pure American metal shaped into legacy. On the obverse, Thomas Jefferson's portrait carries a quiet authority. Not flashy, not exaggerated, just steady, thoughtful, and unmistakably American. On the reverse, Monticello stands firm, detailed, and architectural, a symbol of endurance. In very fine condition, the steps, windows, and structure remain visible, breathing life into the design. This is where collectors lean in closer. This is where the heart rate changes. What makes this coin truly special is not just age, it's preservation combined with scarcity. Very fine condition. 1948 with no mint mark nickels are disappearing fast. Every year, more are damaged, lost, or permanently removed from the market. Demand, however, is doing the opposite. Serious collectors are hunting these pieces aggressively, not loudly, not publicly, but persistently. They know what's happening. They know what's coming. This coin exists in a dangerous sweet spot, old enough to be historic, clean enough to be elite, and rare enough in this condition to ignite bidding wars. Auction houses are watching it closely. Private collectors are chasing it quietly. And everyday people? They're still accidentally losing it, spending it, or ignoring it, unaware that big money is slipping through their fingers. Now listen carefully, because this is where reality hits hard. The absolutely current market value of the 1948 Monticello Jefferson nickel with no mint mark in very fine condition stands at $150. This is not a guess. This is not fiction. This is today's market speaking loudly. And the truth is even louder. This value is climbing day by day. Time is not slowing this coin down, it's pushing it higher. Waiting is not risky. Ignoring it is. Holding this coin is not holding spare change. It is holding condensed wealth, the kind that rewrites bank balances and turns silence into shock. If you have this coin, you are not lucky. You are sitting on a big treasure, a piece of American metal that has outgrown its face value and stepped into the world of serious money. For collectors, the message is clear. Protect condition above everything. Never clean it. Never polish it. Never underestimate it. Storage, authentication, and patience are your power tools here. The market is hungry, and this coin feeds that hunger perfectly. In conclusion, the 1948 with no mint mark Jefferson nickel is not just a coin, it's a quiet giant. A sleeper. A hidden force. It proves that treasure doesn't always shine loudly. Sometimes it waits calmly in your pocket, daring you to recognize it before someone else does. Next, coin number 2. Most people believe danger only hides in old things. That belief is exactly why the 1982 with P. Jefferson nickel has become one of the most dangerously overlooked treasures in modern U.S. Coin history. This coin is not ancient. It doesn't look intimidating. It doesn't scream rare when it hits your palm. And that's the trap. Because while people dismiss it as modern pocket change, the auction market is quietly rewriting its destiny. The year 1982 sits at a powerful crossroads in American coinage. Inflation pressure, metal cost shifts, and massive circulation changes collided in this era. The Philadelphia Mint, now using the P mint mark on nickels, was producing coins at a pace meant to keep America moving, not to create legends. But legends don't ask permission. They form quietly through anomalies, survival, and time. This particular 1982 with P nickel carries brown spats, a natural surface toning pattern that collectors don't chase casually, they hunt it. Brown spats are not stains. They are not damage. They are chemical fingerprints of aging, storage environment, and metal interaction that cannot be faked easily and cannot be reproduced on demand. When they appear naturally and evenly on a coin in very good condition, the market pays attention. Serious attention. The composition remains the classic backbone of American 5-cent coinage, 75% copper and 25% nickel. Solid. Dense. Honest metal. The coin weighs 5 grams, balanced precisely as intended, with a diameter of 21.21 millimeters, a thickness of approximately 1.95 millimeters, and a smooth edge that gives nothing away at first touch. Nothing flashy. Nothing loud. That's how this treasure hides. Jefferson's portrait on the obverse appears calm, controlled, and confident, almost ironic considering the storm this coin has caused in the collector world. On the reverse, Monticello stands structured and steady. In very good condition, the building remains clearly defined, with readable inscriptions and a surface that tells a story of circulation without destruction. This balance, used but not abused, is exactly where rarity is born. Here's the truth most people don't hear. Modern coins can be rarer than old ones when survival patterns shift. Millions were struck. But millions did not survive in collectible condition with natural brown spats, intact surfaces, and untouched originality. Most were cleaned. Many were damaged. Countless were ignored. The pool is shrinking and demand is accelerating. Collectors are no longer asking, is it old? They're asking, can it ever be replaced? For the 1982 P nickel with these characteristics, the answer is becoming clear, no. Collector demand for this coin has exploded quietly. This isn't hype-driven noise. This is patient money moving behind closed doors. Auction specialists are tracking examples like this carefully. Private collectors are removing them from circulation permanently. Once they're locked away, they don't come back. That's how scarcity tightens. That's how prices climb without warning. And now, this is the moment people never forget. The absolutely current market value of the 1982 Jefferson nickel with P mint mark, brown spats, in very good condition stands at $127. This is today's reality. This is the live market speaking. And it is rising, not resting. Waiting is not weakening this coin, it's strengthening it. Day by day, fewer are available, and more money is chasing them. Holding this coin is not holding 5 cents. It is holding compressed opportunity. The kind of opportunity people accidentally drop, spend, or lose forever because they never stop to look closely. Big money doesn't always shine. Sometimes it blends in perfectly and waits for someone sharp enough to notice. For collectors, the guidance is simple and powerful. Never clean it. Never strip its surface. Never underestimate toning. Authentication and preservation are everything. This coin rewards patience, knowledge, and restraint and punishes ignorance instantly. In conclusion, the 1982 with P. Jefferson nickel is proof that treasure did not stop being made decades ago. It proves that hidden wealth still moves through everyday hands. It proves that people are still losing fortunes without ever realizing it. Next coin number 3. The year 2003 feels close. Too close. That's exactly why this coin is so dangerous to ignore. Most people think rarity needs age, and age needs centuries. The 2003 with P. Jefferson nickel breaks that illusion completely. This coin was born in a time of digital money, fast spending, and careless circulation, an era when coins were used hard and saved rarely. And yet, from that chaos emerged a quiet anomaly that today's auction market cannot stop watching. By 2003, the Philadelphia Mint was producing nickels in enormous numbers, focused on speed, efficiency, and circulation. No one at the time was thinking about legacy. No one was imagining hidden wealth. And yet, among those billions of coins, a microscopic fraction developed natural black spats, deep, dramatic surface formations that collectors now recognize as unmistakable markers of authenticity, environment, and survival. These black spats are not dirt. They are not damage. They are the fingerprint of time itself. The composition of this coin remains the same powerful formula that has carried the U.S. nickel through generations: 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs a precise 5 grams, with a diameter of 21.21 millimeters, a thickness of about 1.95 millimeters, and a smooth edge that gives no warning of the fortune it may carry. This is how treasure hides in plain sight by looking ordinary. In very fine condition, this coin strikes a perfect balance between circulation history and visual strength. Jefferson's portrait remains bold and confident, with facial details clearly visible. Monticello on the reverse stands firm, with architectural lines still readable and commanding. The black spats, when naturally formed and evenly distributed, elevate the coin into a category collectors describe with one word: irreplaceable. This is where rarity becomes real. Most modern nickels are cleaned, damaged, or discarded without a second thought. Very fine examples with untouched surfaces are already scarce. Add natural black spats, correct, stable, and unaltered, and the survival numbers collapse dramatically. This is not mass rarity. This is conditional rarity, the kind that forces collectors to compete rather than wait. Collector demand for this coin has surged not because of hype, but because of fear of missing what cannot be reproduced. Specialists know that once these coins are locked into private collections, they vanish from the open market. They don't recycle. They don't resurface. They settle into vaults, safety boxes, and long-term holdings. That silence is the sound of value building. Now, listen closely. This is not exaggeration. This is the market speaking plainly. The absolutely current market value of the 2003 Monticello Jefferson nickel with P mint mark, black spats, in very fine condition stands at $118. This price is not frozen. It is moving. It is rising. Time is working in favor of this coin, not against it. Every year that passes reduces supply and sharpens demand. Waiting is not risky here, missing it is. Holding this coin is holding hidden capital. It is holding something people spend without blinking, drop without noticing, and lose without ever realizing what slipped away. That is why this coin feels unreal. Because it proves that wealth doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it whispers. For collectors, the rule is ironclad. Do not clean it. Do not disturb the surface. Black spats are sacred when natural. Authentication, controlled storage, and patience are your strongest allies. This coin rewards discipline more than aggression. In conclusion, the 2003 with P. Jefferson nickel is living proof that treasure is still being created inside modern change. It reminds us that history is not only behind us, it is still forming, quietly, in everyday hands. People are losing this coin without knowing it, and those who recognize it early are securing something far bigger than metal. Next coin number 4. The year 1979 sits in a strange, powerful place in American coin history. It wasn't ancient enough to be protected, and it wasn't modern enough to be respected. That gap is where hidden wealth thrives. The Denver Mint, marked by the bold D, was striking nickels meant to move fast through a restless economy. These coins were never meant to slow down. They were meant to be spent, lost, and forgotten. And yet, a very small number survived with strength, and those survivors are now rewriting the rules. The 1979 with D. Jefferson nickel carries the weight of an era defined by economic pressure, metal stress, and heavy circulation. Most of these coins were chewed up by vending machines, pockets, and decades of careless handling. That's what makes a very fine condition example feel almost unreal today. This is not luck. This is resistance. This is survival. The composition remains the trusted American formula: 75% copper and 25% nickel, engineered for durability and consistency. The coin weighs 5 grams, with a diameter of 21.21 millimeters, a thickness of approximately 1.95 millimeters, and a smooth edge that reveals nothing at first glance. It feels ordinary. That's the illusion. In very fine condition, Jefferson's portrait remains confident and defined, with strong facial detail and clear inscriptions. On the reverse, Monticello stands structured and readable, with architectural depth still intact. These details matter deeply to collectors because this is the line where history remains visible. Cross that line and value collapses. Stay above it and value explodes. What sets the 1979 with D apart is conditional rarity paired with mint identity. Denver-struck nickels from this year suffered heavily from circulation pressure. Very fine survivors are not just uncommon, they are actively disappearing. Every year, more are damaged, cleaned, or lost permanently. Meanwhile, collector demand is accelerating, not slowing. This coin is no longer being hunted by beginners. It's being targeted by experienced collectors who understand how quickly mid-era Jefferson nickels are tightening. They are not asking if demand exists. They are positioning before the next price shift. That's how real money moves. And now, this is the moment that shakes people. The absolutely current market value of the 1979 Jefferson nickel with D mint mark in very fine condition stands at $170. This is not a future projection. This is today's market reality. And the truth is blunt, this value is climbing steadily. Time is not eroding this coin, it is sharpening it. The longer it survives in strong condition, the more powerful it becomes. Holding this coin is holding serious hidden wealth. This is not small money. This is not a curiosity. This is a big treasure that people are accidentally losing because they never stop to look. Every time one disappears, the remaining examples become more dangerous in value. For collectors, the guidance is clear and uncompromising. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Do not dismiss it as common. Preserve surface integrity, verify authenticity, and allow time to work. This coin rewards patience more than any quick move ever could. In conclusion, the 1979 with D. Jefferson nickel proves that treasure lives in the middle years, not just the extremes. It proves that survival creates value. And it proves that people are still losing fortunes without ever realizing what they held. Next coin number 5. The year 1939 is not just a date, it's a doorway. It marks the birth era of the Jefferson nickel itself, the moment when a brand new design stepped into American pockets for the first time. This coin carries first-generation energy. It carries origin power. And coins born at the beginning always behave differently in the market. They don't age quietly. They accumulate gravity. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, identified by the absence of a mint mark, this 1939 Jefferson nickel came from the very heart of U.S. coin production. America was standing on the edge of global change, and these coins were never meant to be preserved. They were meant to move fast, circulate hard, and disappear. Most of them did. That's why a very fine condition survivor today feels almost unreal. What immediately sets this coin apart is its silver-like shine, a bright, reflective surface quality that has survived decades without artificial interference. This is not cleaning. This is not polishing. This is natural preservation, the kind collectors pray for and rarely see. When a 1939 nickel retains this kind of glow, it sends one clear message to the market. This coin was protected by fate. The composition is the classic American backbone, 75% copper and 25% nickel, engineered for strength and longevity. It weighs exactly 5 grams, with a diameter of 21.21 millimeters, a thickness of approximately 1.95 millimeters, and a smooth edge that hides its power until you understand what you're holding. Nothing about its measurements screams wealth, until you know. Jefferson's portrait on the obverse carries a sharpness and dignity that only early strikes can deliver. The details are confident, the inscriptions clear, the expression timeless. On the reverse, Monticello stands bold and architectural, with depth that later years struggled to maintain. In very fine condition, these elements don't just appear, they command attention. Rarity here is not a theory. It is a fact shaped by time. Early Jefferson nickels like the 1939 without mint mark were used heavily. Saved rarely. Destroyed often. Very fine condition examples with original silver shine are no longer circulating. They are vanishing into collections permanently. Every one that disappears tightens the market like a closing vault. Collector demand for this coin is intense and unapologetic. This is not entry-level demand. This is legacy demand. Collectors who understand beginnings know that first-era coins behave like anchors in a portfolio. They don't wobble. They don't weaken. They pull value upward as the years pass. That's why competition for this coin has become fierce and silent. Now this is the moment that hits like lightning. The absolutely current market value of the 1939 Monticello Jefferson nickel with no mint mark silver shine in very fine condition stands at $180. Zeroth. This is today's truth. This is not fiction. This is not exaggeration. And here's what matters most. This value is still increasing. Time is not slowing this coin down, it is fueling it. Waiting does not weaken its power. It strengthens it. Holding this coin is holding a buried treasure in plain sight. This is the kind of coin people accidentally lose, inherit without understanding, or spend decades ago without knowing what they gave away. This is big money disguised as history. A silent giant. For collectors, the rule is absolute. Never clean it. Never chase shine artificially. Never underestimate early-year Jefferson nickels. Authentication, careful storage, and patience are everything. This coin does not reward impatience, it rewards respect. In conclusion, the 1939 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is not just rare, it is foundational. It is the beginning of a legacy that continues to dominate the market. It proves that hidden wealth doesn't always shout. Sometimes it shines quietly and waits for the right eyes to see it. And remember, Hidden US Coins brings you discoveries like this freshly updated every single day. This was coin number 5. And if this video didn't change how you see your change, nothing will.